AL11. So all, so SAP directories, AL11, all SAP, so directories here, all SAP directories here, right? All SAP directories, we can see it here. So I can say like all SAP folders and files, we can see it in the here. So if you go to the SAP system here, SAP system, so here in SAP, here, if you see here, if you go to the basis, so here, just if you execute the AL11, you see the all SAP directories here, right? So SAP directories here. So whatever the file systems we have, all the file systems we have here. So we can open it from anywhere here. Just go to the SAP, just click on the work directory. You can see the logs. Just filter the latest timestamp log files here. So just do dev_for this for whatever it may be. Just check the log file here to troubleshoot the issues and everything here. To troubleshoot the issues and everything here. So see here some DP session timeout here, closed error, some timeout errors here, right? So you can just check the ICM issues, RFC, work process. So all those things you can find out from the here, right? AL11, all SAP directories here, right? Folders and directory structures we can find out here, right? So that is the one thing here. So the next one is the ST11. ST11. Let me show you here ST11. ST11 here. So here the traces, the developer traces here. Directly it will open the work directory logs here. So directly it will open the work directory logs here. That is called the error log files here. Directly it will open the work directory logs file. Error log files here. ST11 error log files here. So directly, only directly, so work directory. Work directory, it will open it here. Work directory, it will open here. ST11 transaction code here. ST11 transaction code here, right? So that is the one thing here. So one more thing is the SWU3. SWU3 here. This is the workflow. Automatic workflow customization here. So there are some workflow jobs here that should run, especially in the ECC and CRM systems. The workflow should be active here. The workflow should be active here. It should be activate. It should be green here. All the workflow should be green here. So it should be green here. So this is for the workflow jobs, workflow automations and everything. That time the functional team will use these jobs, workflow jobs here. So here you see, so in SM37 there is a workflow SW star related jobs will run it here. SW star jobs here. That is called the workflow jobs here. So this workflow jobs here. So this workflow jobs will execute the actions here. Workflow. Suppose workflow means the functional team will create the workflows and tasks here. So one approval is done, it will go to the second approval, then third approvals. So like that, how we are getting some approvals procedure. Same way here. So once the manager approval, then delivery manager, then so like that the higher official how they will approve the any request which will come. So like that there is an approval procedure here. So here the SWU3, if they want to do that approval procedure, the workflow should be green here. It should be green status here. It should be active. It should be active in the SWU3 transaction code here. SWU3 transaction code, it should be active here. It should be active here. Remaining are not required, but only this workflows, everything should be active status. The job should be up and running here, right? That is called the workflow customization. Workflow customization here, right? The next one is the SWU3. This is this is only same thing. Then SWU5. Sorry, SU5. No, not this one. SU5. SWU5. So it is the custom tasks. This is not the correct one. So there is a business workflow activation here. So SBWP, you know, business workspace, SW, SBW3, SBW, business workspace. I forgot the transaction code itself. SW, SW, S, S, no, not this one. S, SB, F5, no. SAP business works, business function activation. Business function activation here. This is a rare transaction code, we will use it here. So but sometimes it's a there is a sap sap responsibility, our responsibility here is to activate the business functions here. SAP business function activation here, business function activation here. So that time we may have to log into the system, then so we have to execute it here. So that is the, so yes, SWU5. So yes, correct one, U5. SAP workspace, so business function activation. Just remember this word. Normally rare cases we will use this one. SFW5. SAP business functions activation. Continue. So here, so whatever the business functions you want to activate it here. So select that business function here. Here you will get the what is the business function activated and deactivated here. So in the light symbol is activated here. So you will see the all kind of things here. Just select it here. What are the business functions it is activated, or there is a dependency, is it inactivated? These all are the business functionalities in your SAP system here. These all are the business functionalities here. So if you enable this functionality, you will get the, so you will able to work on the related things here. Otherwise, you cannot work on the that related business functions. Means suppose if you want to activate the new business function, which is there here, which is not there. So then you can just go to the, suppose you want to activate the some finance related, finance localization, finance related things here. Just select it here. Just select it here. Click on the activate the changes here. Click on the activate the changes here. So it's already activated, right? Suppose you want to activate this one here, then click on this button, just click on the activate button here, right? So it will activate it here. It will activate the, so changes here. So it will activate it here. So like this, select that button, just click on the activate it here. So the business functions will be activated here. Just activate the changes here. The business function will be activated here. The business function is started, activated on the backend system here. That functionality, now new functionality will come into the your screen now here. So like this, for any function, if you want to activate it in your SAP systems here, just select it. Suppose you want to, so suppose a recipe development related services, you want to activate it here, right? Some PLM, shopping carts related, just select it, then you can activate it here. Activation process is not completed here. So that should be completed. So like this, we have to activate the business functions here. So it started as a one background job here. Just you can go to the here, you can see where is that job started here. Activate the, this is the activate the business function, it is completed. So that functionality got enabled here. Then we can go to the, it's one by one we have to activate the business functions here, business functions activation. So which means, so SFW5 is the transaction code. Here we can enable the business functions in the systems here. We can enable the business functions here. If any business functions, so this is the way here we have to do it here. So here, so carefully we have to do it here. So carefully we have to enable the all the functionalities and everything, we have to enable it here carefully. So we need to select it. If you have the dependencies, then dependencies also we need to select it, then we have to enable it here. So dependencies, and we have to select it here. So choose it, which one you want to activate it here, select it, all those things here. which one you want to activate it. Just click on the activate it here. So here, so some business functions is the, so some of components also, some prerequisite business functions also you need to select it here. See here, the prerequisite business function is FLMU. So there is a component also, we need to select that one here, FLMU. So where is that RFC1 here? This is the one. So first of all, that should be activated here. That should be activated here. That function we have to activate it here, right? So that this component has the dependency on the some other component also here. See here, RCP1, FLM, RCP1. So where is that RCP1? So this is the RCP one here. So like that, one component has the dependency. Here you can see the dependencies list here. That dependency and the some other components here. Right. So this one we have activated previously. Right. Some APO related functionalities, some ISO related functionalities here, some HANA based functionalities, ILM related functionalities here. So whatever you want to activate it here. So anything, so we can activate it from here. Anything, just select it, just click on the activate the changes here, just click on the activate it, it will start the background job in the backend here, right? So like this, we need to enable the functionalities, right? This is the business function activation. Okay, so then the next one, so what do you think here, what we have here, next thing here? So what we have here, other things. Yes. So normally we will use these transaction codes. So daily monitoring we discussed. So apart from the daily monitoring, so what are the transaction codes here for basis related list here, ST020503. So and SU10 A11. So DB02, DSM02, SM01 is not there. So SM19, 20, did we discuss this one? SM19 and SM20. Security audit lock.
Sir, SM51 is also there for checking the commits of jobs if there are deadlocks or not. We have seen in SAP Operations.
SM
51.
51 is for the active servers, active application servers.
Yeah, sir. In here we check commits for usually for jobs if there is a deadlock or not while doing our operations. And then basis guys comes and check in like if there is a deadlock in the system or not.
SM12, that is.
Deadlocks, SMCP level deadlocks, we can check in the SM12. Then, so here SM51, what we will do here, we will check the whether all the application servers are active or if any application server is went out. So we need to check it out. Suppose in the production, we have the multiple application servers, more than one, more than two. So then these three are active or not, we will check it out here. So here, how we will check the deadlocks here? Here
No,
just
no, sir. Usually we are operation guys, so we are given this code to check if commits are happening or not in the system jobs. And if there is not, then we have to report it to basis. Then those guys come and check if there is a deadlock in the system or not.
okay, okay.
So,
So
yeah, I was not sure what T code they use. This T code usually we use to monitor it.
monitor the background job.
Commits if bad jobs, and if commits are not happening, then we report it back to basis folks.
Okay, maybe this is the one, I think, the bad jobs, right? SM37.
Yeah.
Maybe here you will see all the jobs finished or successful.
Yeah.
This one, are you talking?
Yes, yes, sir. From SM37, then we will go into job details and specific
Yes.
server,
Service,
and
yeah.
then check in SM50 or 51 like that.
Okay, okay, fine, got it. Yeah. So here SM19, SM20, this is for the security audit logs here. We go to the SM19 here. So here we will enable the profiles, security audit log profiles, we will enable it here. So that here we will come to know what are the things are happening, what are the dangerous actions are doing by the so profiles. Suppose like I will create the one profile one here. So here all the activities will be tracked here, all the activities. So which means so whoever log into the system, RFC calls, transactions report, user, master, everything, all those things will be reported here. All those things should be reported in the system. So all activated, all audit log classes activated here. So then, so all the servers. So that from now on, what happening in the SM19, security audit profiles I have activated here, general profile I have activated here. So whenever you go, so do some changes. Suppose like I'm going to the SU01, then I got the authorization error here. So then if I security will immediately detect here issues, right? We'll go to the SM20 here. We'll see the person anyone. So maybe typed any wrong transactions. Anyone, someone started the SM20, SM20. So all the information will be tracked here. All the SU01 failed, which means, so yes, which means whatever the happening in the system, all the audit logs are happening here. See here, audit log classes I have opened here. So I am the basis user. So I entered this IP. With IP also, it will be tracked here. With IP, so here, so the transaction got failed here. With the transaction got failed here. So if you do something here, something is unable to access, something you did delete or something, so here that will be tracked here. Here, the whatever the you action here. Suppose I'm going to the SM13 here. Let me check, are there any old update records here? Nothing is there here, right? So if I go to the SM58, anything here? Let me check. Yeah, nothing here. So if anything you delete, anything you corrupt it here. Suppose I am going to the profiles here, someone wrongly changed the profiles here. So wrongly changed the minimum single character, something like that. So password minimum length to 6 characters, something like that. So they have set it here. It's very wrong. So it's very wrong here. So that one I have changed here, right? Let's see whether my change will be recorded into the, so in the profiles are not here. Why? Because I have changed the profile now, even though no one don't know, right? So only except you, everybody, no one don't know here. Now let's go to the, so SM20, the security audit log, then just to I will use the, so I will use the formulas or statistics. I will use the only transactions, events. I will use the only one user here. Instead of all, just a user, the client is 100 client. Then just I will use the read the logs here. So here it will display the all those things here. So what you have done it here, RJ10 you started, you did the some changes here in RJ10. So it's successful. Then SM58 you went, then SM13 you went. So right, so you started the SU0 and it failed. So all the logs got generated here. So this is the SM19 and SM20 is for the security audit logs here. Security audit logs here. Something if you want to activate it, we can activate using the SM19. You can monitor from the SM20 transaction codes here. So that is the SM19, SM20 here. So SM01 is for lock or unlock the transaction code here. So previously we have SM01, now it's I think it's absolute, the transaction code is absolute now. So previously in the NetWeaver systems, suppose example, we want to disable the one transaction code here. Previous environment. Let me show you in the one of the our ECs, our NetWeaver systems here. Let me show you here. Okay. So here, so we have SM01 transaction code here. So which means what is this transaction code is for to log the that particular transaction here. Suppose if I just click on the log symbol, open it, then if you just open another session, suppose if you open the another transaction, if you open the, if the users are using this transaction code, this transaction code is locked. So it is there in the NetWeaver systems, not there in the ECC here. So just click on this button, then save it. Now it's unlocked here. So here you will get the what are the all the so transactions and everything. You will get all those things here, right? So this is the SM. So 01 for the lock or unlock the transaction code here. Unlock the transaction code here, right? Then next one is the SM62, SM64 events, events scheduling, events monitoring here. SM62 and SM64 events, system events. These all are the system events here. Let me show you here system events here. SM62 events, events scheduling, events history, any events. So the system activities will be happens here while doing the system start and everything. So those events are happening or not. Here we can see here what are the events are there in your systems. So what are the things are there here? All the events here we can see. The thing we will do it here. Just want to show you the transaction code and their usage here. So events, background job events here. Suppose you want to create the one event here. As soon as system starts, your payments has to process. As soon as your system starts, job and bank statement should be completed. So like that, we have some events we can create it here. Custom events means some scripts, OS level scripts, everything we can create it here. That is called the events here. Events here. So those events we can see it in the SM62 and 64 are for the events. So background events here. It will run in the backends events. So backends here. So what next we have here? So SM61 we discussed background job server groups, SM50, SM66. These all are normal functions here. So SM30, 31. Okay, SM21 we discussed 12, 13, 28. SM28, so 6 transaction code. First transaction code which we discussed, right? So then what left here? SU01, SU01D, SM, so SMLG, and yeah. So one more transaction code like SEC5 we discussed, SPAD. So these all are we discussed here. SICF, right? Just I'm remembering all those things. SE11 to SE16 table view. SE18 repository object tab browser here, repository object here means in the system repository objects we can see it in the SE80 transaction code here. SE80 transaction code here. Here we can see the all the repository things and everything here. So repository object navigator here. Here we can monitor the all the objects, programs, everything we can see it from here. Everything we can see it from here. All the objects, what are the programs are exist here. If you want to do the some changes about the programs, read. So anything, more things we can see it from here, right? Programs, all those custom. So everything they developers, it's mainly for the developers, they will do the things here. Developers, they will do the things here, right? That is the one here. Then so ST22 fine, ST01, ST22, STMS. Yes, yeah. Next one is the RZ70 here. It's one of the important transaction code here. RZ70 here. RZ70 transaction code here. RZ70 transaction code here. This is the SLD related transaction code here. SLD. So in every landscape we have the SLD system here. SLD RZ70, SLD API cust here. So SLD check here. So every organization we have the SLD means all our above system data will we can push it to the above system data we can push it to the our so above system data we can push it to the so our SLD system. SLD means Java systems here. That is the our last topic is the Java systems here. We can push the SLD details and everything here, right? So here what we will do here we will to register the our SAP system above system into the Java SLDs and everything. We will give the SLD details and everything here. Just click on the so connection test here. It will go and push the data to the your Java SLD here. SLD means system landscape directory here. It will go and push the data to the your SLD here. Currently we don't have SLD, that's why it's failed here. So when we build the one of the NetWeaver system, that time we will get the more here, right? So that is the one thing here, SLD systems here, right? SAP. So here we have to provide the SAP SLD system details and all those things we have to give it here, right? So that is the SLD. So just remember the transaction code here. Then SLD API cust here. So here also here we want to access the SLD through HTTP, then we can just configure the SLD details from here itself. Here itself, we can push the data also here, SLD API cust here. So then, so here SLD check here, SLD check here, SLD check here, SLD check. Here we can see the connection test to the SLD here. Here we can see the connection test to the SLD, whether we have successfully, the connection test is successfully happening to the SLD or not. So it will show the details here. It will show the details here. SLD connection test here. It will show the details here. All right. So that is the SLD here.
Sir, you meant to say SLD means here we can see this S4 to PO, all these connections we can check here.
Yes. So suppose some other systems you want to data from your system, or PO system want to connect to your system. So definitely your system should be registered into the SLD. Definitely your system should be registered into the SLD. So that is the reason we need to maintain the SLD, some other system details into the here. The SLD SRZ70, SLD API cust. So there we have to maintain our system details. Suppose example, normally the business flows, how the business flows will happen. So this is your ECC system, right? So this is some third party BW or some other system. This is some third party banking server, right? Suppose example, this is one of the banking server, bank server, right? So this is the BW system, so analytical server. So some BO systems we have. This is your ECC system, enterprise core component system. So here actual transactions, actual business will happen in this system here. All users will log in and they will do the transactions and everything. So suppose for bank server, if you want to send the data to the bank server, how you want to send the data? Suppose some bank servers you want to send the some payments, or within the cutover time you want to send the some payments to the bank server here. So in this case, we have to in between in mediator, what we have to do, we have to configure the SLD or PO systems have the SLD. One more system is called we have to introduce the PO system here, PO landscape. So here PO also, here we have the SLD here, right? What this PO system will do, it will pick up the, it will create the one interface here. Then it will create the one interface here. It will go and pick up the files here. Then it will process the files to the banking, payments, statements, everything to the banking server here. Or it will pull the data from the banking server. Then it will send the data to the ECC itself to store the data here. The payments related server here, everything here, right? So here we have the one interface here, right? The interface will always pointing to the your respective banking servers here. And also same for BI, they require the idocs from PO, then it's required the data here. Some other systems is required. So some internal connectivity purpose. So this BW system and this ECC systems, all the systems should register into the your PO SLD system landscape directory. So then only the interface will point to the business systems, will send the data to the respective systems here. By creating channels, it will send the messages to the payments and everything deliveries to the respective banking servers here. Okay. So then what left we have for that? Almost we covered above side all those things. Anything you think we left? These are the important things what we discussed here, and these are the things which we have not discussed. Why? Because this will come only based upon the based upon the work activities, only one time, two time activities here. This is purely developers related above repository. So remaining all are the basis only. We will get only one time activities here. So here the things you need to remember is here the basis side you need to remember. So you need to remember the basis side here. So here the basis side, what you need to remember here is like, so we need to remember the background jobs, right? Then, so RFC administration, connection integration purpose. Then, so STMS and TM transports, imports here, transport, imports, all those things. Then client copies, logical systems and everything, client copies and everything. Then yes, note implementations. Then, so sixth one, some tool, just to overview what will happen, some tool, some phases and all those things. That's enough for your experience. So then, so background jobs, STMS, kind of. So yeah, I think these are the topics. These are the topics which we. So these are the topics which we required. These are the topics which we required here. So those are the very important here. So these are the very, very, very important things here. Client copies, STMS and everything here. Just 1 minute. I'm getting one. Okay. So like that, so client copies, S notes, some tools. So these are the things you should be required. Yeah, just you need to practice all those things here, right? Mainly background jobs, RFC administrations, then dates. So the queues also very important. SMQ1, SM daily monitoring. I mean to say daily monitoring transaction codes. If someone asking, so that is transaction, daily monitoring transaction codes. Then what next? Operational modes. Yeah, these are the things you should practice all those things here. So these are the very, very, very important points here. You need to prepare for interviews or any real time. So these are the very, very important topics here, right? So then why? Because when we enter into the HANA administration, you won't get chance to practice all these topics. Why? Because you are busy, that time you are busy with the HANA installations, HANA upgrades, HANA administration, Java installation, Java upgrades. You will forget all those things here. That's why just you can utilize the time